only on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power.
Hey folks, Crazy Collaborator here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 8 in our 20 from the Nintendo Entertainment System series, and this is an absolute classic by Konami. Definitely one of their best games for the NES, and this one was originally an arcade release in 1987, but the Nintendo Entertainment System release was in 1988, and this is Contra. Fantastic freaking run and gun platform jumping game. Like I said, there was originally an arcade release in 1987 by Konami, and it's quite a bit harder than the NES one, but the NES one is still very challenging. This contains the absolutely famous Konami code, up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A. And you put that in at the title screen, or actually even before the title screen appears. As the title screen starts to scroll, that's when you can put in the code. And you'll have 30 lives to start with. And each time you continue, you get another 30 lives. So being able to beat this game is really not difficult. Trying to beat it without the Konami code is incredibly difficult. But you have the characters Bill and Lance, and you can play 2 players simultaneous play in this game. There are a total of 8 stages, and the basic backstory is that there is an alien organization called the Red Falcon, and they plot to wipe out mankind, and they have a base in, I think in the Amazon jungle or something. But there were a number of different ports of this. But you can select 2 players and put in the Konami code 2, and both players will have 30 lives. We'll get started. I will beat this from beginning to end. For some people it might still be a bit of a challenge to beat it in 30 lives. I used to play this all the time on the NES. But yeah, this game is a whole lot of fun. There will be occasionally these little blimps that fly around, and when you shoot them, they will release a power-up. And you can't get hit by the blimps and die. They'll just go right through you. But there's various cannons, various enemies on foot, a bunch of different enemies that will shoot at you. But the different power-ups that you can collect, there is a machine gun, and once you shoot a blimp, it'll release this little eagle symbol that has a letter on it. The M is for machine gun, and you just hold it for rapid fire. R is for rapid fire, and that makes your bullets faster for whatever weapon you've got. Your default weapon is just a rifle, and you just keep pressing the fire button to shoot bullets. S is the best one, and that is spread shot, and it's either 3 or 5-way bullets. That combined with rapid makes you super awesome, or makes your firepower super awesome. There is also L for laser, and that makes a stronger shot. But once you press the fire button again after a shot, then that'll cancel out the first shot. It's kind of annoying. And this is the first boss. There will be some sort of boss fight, and this is super easy. This whole first level is super easy. The exploding bridge we saw earlier, I think that will kill you if you touch the explosion in the arcade version. Not on this one. There is also a flashing eagle symbol, and that makes a smart bomb. Blows all the enemies on the screen up at once. And there's also a barrier which gives you temporary invincibility. Now this perspective is only on 2 levels. All the rest are kind of side view action. And after you destroy a number of sensors on the wall here with your shots, then you can move on to the next section. You can fry yourself by pushing up on the electric fence there, but you'll only temporarily be stunned. I think you die in the arcade game if you do that. But there will be various enemies hopping by, and there will be some red enemies, and they will give the weapon power-ups. There will also be bombs that they sometimes throw in the air. I don't want that one. Spread shot is the best one. Yeah, here we go. Let's take out this boss. The bosses are so much easier when you have your spread shot. Once you die, you lose your weapon, and you have to start over with the crappy pop gun, practically. But see how wide your shot is. You can shoot the projectiles of this second boss here, but just aim for him, basically, and your spread shot can take out his projectiles pretty easily. You get an extra life at 20,000, 50,000, 80,000, and then after that, I'm not sure. There are other point totals that you can get an extra life at, and this is the waterfall scenario. You can destroy those boulders that are dropping down. You can get a lot of points on this game. There are a number of things that give you pretty nice point totals. But yeah, the spread shot is better than the laser or missiles or whatever. And there, I got another extra life. Point totals is the only way to get extra lives on this game, other than putting in the Konami 30-man code. There are 8 stages, and Konami clearly ripped off a couple things on this game. That is the barrier that I just picked up with the B letter on it. That gives you a certain amount of time of invincibility. Probably about somewhere between 10 to 15 seconds. And you have to ride these moving platforms to get higher up on this level. Watch out for those guys that are in the water and are shooting those shots upward that break off into 3 pieces and scatter. Take your time. You are not timed in this game. If you got a particular enemy that you need to be careful with, woo, that was close. If you fall, note that the screen is scrolling upwards on this stage. If you fall into an abyss that wasn't previously an abyss, that was a platform, but you made the screen scroll upward and move it off, you'll die. You can also press down on some platforms that you're on and press the jump button, and you will drop down a floor. And if there's no floor below you, you'll just drop into the abyss and die. And this boss is not super hard, although it's good to knock out its arms early, because the arms will shoot as well as its mouth. Then you'll only have to worry about the mouth if you blow up both arms. If you blow up the boss before you blow up both arms, blow up his mouth first, then you won't get the bonus points for destroying the arms. And see, when you stand right where I did, you can avoid his shots and still hit his mouth, even without the spread gun. Now I've got 2 extra lives from when I started. I'm doing pretty damn good. And this is the second base stage, where it's not first-person perspective, but you know what I mean. And on the first stage, oftentimes you could only blow up one sensor, and you could advance. But more often on this stage, you will have to blow up all the sensors that you see. And oftentimes, the sensor on top will shoot at you, and the other ones will not. And you have to jump, obviously, to shoot the top sensor. There, I got an extra life somehow. I don't know how many points I got. I think it's kind of lame that you don't get to see your score while you're playing. You only get to see your score when the game goes to in-between levels. Or when your game is over. You get 3 continues in this game. Those little barriers, they will kill you if you let them touch you. But you can duck and shoot them. And we are nearly to the boss of level 2. Yeah, I used to own this and I would play it like crazy. This was a fantastic game. Now the final boss is a little different from the boss on the last base stage. Oh, this one more level here. The boss on this stage has multiple soldiers wandering around on the floors above you and taking shots at you or jumping down at you. Let's get to it. Yeah, you want to take out those sensors and then take out that cannon up there. Boy, having spread shot is so useful against bosses in this game. But once you die, you lose it. You'll have to find more blimps that will give you hopefully spread shots. But you have to destroy these guys when they merge into one giant head. Yikes. Yeah, take your time if you have a particularly tough boss that you need to wait for an opening for or something. You are not timed in this game, so don't worry. Now we go to the snowfield. That's it for the base-like stages. All of the rest are going to be side view action like this. Excuse me. Hope you're managing to stay cool. Today was another hot one. This was in the 90s. I managed to get some yard work or some work on my deck today. Almost finished sealing it. Gonna put like a little bit of an extra coat. That's ticked off because I picked up a couple cans of seal, but I got one of the wrong color. Crap. Trying to paint it all, I think they called it Navajo red. Whoops, it died. Yeah, you're gonna likely start losing lives here if you hadn't already. Gotta watch out for those exploding bombs. This time we're gonna use the fire. There was the smart bomb. It's a flashing eagle icon. And there will sometimes be guys waiting in the water to fire a bomb at you. And there, I got him. Those guys are worth, I think, 1,000 points apiece. The guys that shoot the bombs. Now we've got a giant tank. And you have to back off in the corner and just barely tap forward and then just wail away on the fire button. Those bullets will likely just barely miss you. Looks like they're grazing his shoes. But just keep it up and eventually that tank will change colors, and when it's red, then it's just about destroyed and then it'll start advancing on you. But just do not let off of the fire button. And we will face another tank. Just when your fingers were about to pass out. Gotta apply them again here. Just gotta bash that fire button like crazy. Unless you had a missile. Trying to destroy the tank with just a regular gun might not be enough. You might have to lose a life to the tank. I don't remember for sure, but I usually... crap! I usually have the, one of the better weapons when I face the tank. But yeah, you start all the way back over with your little pop gun. And, yeah, I can get it. Even though it's like halfway off the screen, if you duck when you go right up to it, you will pick it up. But yeah, I don't care much for the laser. I mean, it is powerful, but you need to press it once and then let go. If you rapidly press it, you will keep canceling out your shots. So take out this boss and watch out for the enemies that scatter around under your feet. Oh, destroyed him just in time. But yeah, this was such a popular game when it came out. Enough people saw it in the arcades, and it was fun then, but it was much harder than the NES one, from what I remember. And this is the hangar stage. And yeah, whenever you pick up the M, which is for missiles, you can just hold down the fire button. And you can collect the R, which is rapid fire, and make your bullets travel faster. There's some cool Game Genie codes for this, but if you put in the 30-man code, the Konami code, that should be enough. But there's always some interesting codes from the Game Genie to put into the games, Nintendo games. Now, when you're dropping down a floor, when you press down to duck on the floor and then press jump and drop down a floor, then, hate these flamethrowers, then if there's a flamethrower above your head, you might hit your head on that flamethrower, and that's what happened right there. So when you're ducking under the flame, wait until the flame passes again and then duck and drop down. On this stage especially, you really got to remember where those guys with the cannons are going to show up, because you can just run smack into their fire. They'll just appear and they're already shooting at you, and you're not ready for it. Note that I didn't mention so far, but you can jump and fire downwards, which is a very, very nice dynamic in run-and-gun platform games. I really needed to drop straight down below this platform, and I didn't, and I got hit by the flamethrower thing. There's been numerous Contra sequels. There's Super C, which was also for the NES. And we'll mention that one later, because it was fun too. I liked Contra 1 a little bit better. And this guy, you can just barely jump over his head. What awesome acrobats Lance and Bill are. When he's orange, he's... crap, he threw 3 of those things instead of 2, like I was expecting. When he turns orange, he's almost dead. I'm sure that guy has a name or something, but I don't know what it is. And there were... No, this is the hangar. The last stage we were on was called Energy Zone. The stages are called Jungle, Base 1, Waterfall, Base 2, Snowfield, Energy Zone, Hangar, and Alien's Lair. And yes, we will see some nods to the movie Alien, or Aliens, on the Alien's Lair stage. Ooh, that was good timing. And on this stage, we will have spiked walls appear. And you need to destroy them. If you try to plow forward into them, you will get killed. And the spiked walls would make me think of a number of like cannibal horror movies back in the day, where the cannibals would rig these spiked walls to pop up and spear their victims. I've seen some pretty messed up movies in my time. I own some pretty messed up movies. these trams here, I think they kill you if you run into one, but you can ride them, or you can destroy them if you like. And note that sometimes when you destroy those blimps, the power-ups will be out of reach and you won't be able to get them. Do I want that? Yeah, sure. Some of those jumps have to be fairly precise if you're jumping across long gaps. If you're off, then you might drop down to either a way lower platform that you didn't want to go to, or you'll just drop into an abyss and die. You just have to learn the timing of these things. Sometimes they'll go funky with their timing. Back up there. There we go. Sometimes they move like way too fast or something. Ah, crap! I was not ready for that. Yeah, take your time on this game. If you even think that there's one of those cannon guys coming up, slow down and inch forward until you see them, because they're gonna want to shoot right away when they see you. And here is the boss. And you have to shoot that cross thing there. I think you can take out those cannons, those purple cannons below you. Hey, damn it! Ah, there we go. Yeah, 30 lives is very generous to start you off with. And now we are on the final stage, and I still have 27 lives. I did pretty good this game. For being a last stage, this stage is really not that difficult. Especially if you end up getting the spread shot. Although the missile isn't bad either. And that's clearly lifted from Alien or Aliens, the mouth alien that comes out of the alien's mouth and bites you in the face or whatever. But these little shrimp things that come out of its mouth can be dealt with, and you want to before they kind of circle around and come back and kill you. These little vaginas here. You'll want to take care of the white puffs that they spit out, because they can fly around and kind of make you nervous. But just kind of inch forward with these purple enemies and take care of them before you move forward. Oh yeah, there's the spray or the spread. I think it's supposed to be called spread, but some people call it spray. Either way is fitting. But boy, having this is so awesome, especially against these guys. You can just about take care of them just as you move forward, instead of having to stop and pinpoint your firing direction at them. And I'm going to have to move forward a little bit more. It's alright. The boss of this stage is like I think it's supposed to be like an alien queen of kind of a human appearance, but the graphics didn't really allow it to look like that. I was initially thinking it was a giant heart when I played it, because it pulsates faster and faster the more you shoot it, and it will spit out these giant alien face huggers, clearly lifted from Alien, or Aliens. Fittingly enough, Konami made an arcade game of Aliens this same year, 1988. Pretty good game. Or maybe it was, it's either 88 or maybe it was 1990. Maybe it was 1990. But you can take out these little flower things that the face huggers come out of. And for the most part, just aim at that, whatever that is, and occasionally shoot upwards to take out the face huggers that try to drop down on you. Ta-da! And that is the end of Contra. Contra will start back over after the credits, and you will be able to play again. There will be increased challenge because there will be more enemies. They will shoot more often. Whatever. But that is Contra, game number 8 in R20 from the Nintendo Entertainment System, released by Konami for the NES in 1988, and I think the Famicom as well, perhaps. But there was an arcade version of Contra released earlier in 1987, which was much harder than the NES version. And the protagonists in this game are called Bill Rizer, and he is based clearly on Arnold Schwartenegger. He has the same look, same physique, same short hair, same stogie sticking out of his mouth that Mr. Schwarzenegger was a fan of. And Lance Bean is the Sylvester Stallone look-alike. But that was Contra, released for the NES in 1988 by Konami. And yeah, put in the Konami code before the title screen even starts to scroll over. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, and start. Or select before start to give 30 lives for both players. And each time you continue, you get another 30 lives. There are 3 continues. And the game starts over with increased difficulty. And we're going to do that here, but we're not going to play much through that. We'll look at a little bit of 2-player simultaneous play. Me trying to control 2 players at once, But first, let me show you what the continue screen looks like. Run out of lives. You can choose to continue or end your game. And once you run out of your 3 continues, then the game will just say game over, and it'll have that game over music. And you'll go to the title screen. And here are the 30 lives for both players. Now there is another trick which I will show you. It's me pausing there. When one player runs out of lives in a 2-player simultaneous play game, they can steal extra lives from the other player. And we'll look at that in just a moment, but there's forced scrolling when one player moves forward until the other player lags completely behind, and then they have to catch up. I kind of find the dying sound to be just a tad annoying. But, yeah, here's one player running out of lives. Game over. Nope. Press A and B together on that controller, and they get to steal a life from the other player. There's some great Game Genie codes to look at. SLT IYG, invincibility. GXIIUX, keep weapons after you die. EXIIXX, shoot Contra protagonists, Lance and Bill, instead of bullets. And OYTITG, many soldiers don't appear or shoot at you, but you turn off at the moving platforms section of the waterfall stage. But that was Contra, game number 8 in R20 from the Nintendo Entertainment System series, released by Konami in 1988, a year after the arcade release. This is Crazy Clown Radio saying thanks for watching Contra, game number 8 in R20 from the Nintendo Entertainment System series. See you soon for game number 7. Stay cool, everybody. Bye-bye.